Well, good morning, folks. How are you this morning? Bit of a shower in Timaru today. What's the weather like where you are? Yeah, a bit of a shower out here. But never mind. We'll keep going. Hey, listen. I'm in the cart again. I'm in the cart big time. You know what I did? I offended a former mayor of Timaru. That's right. Offended him. His name's Wynne Raymond. You know the guy? Raymond, Sullivan and McGlashan, the lawyers. Now call themselves RSM Law. Well, one of the partners is Wynne Raymond. And I offended him. He used to be the mayor, you see. Hey, just a minute. I sent him an email, and I'll just have a look, and I'll tell you what I sent him an email, and what I said in the email. Yeah, here's the email. Good morning, Wynne. Thanks for your contribution to the promotion of the Timaru Rose Garden. If Timaru is to grow and prosper for the benefit of the next generations of people, then it's up to those of us who have prospered from those who came before us to continue with the progress while we are all still alive. Your feeble excuses of not being able to do anything because of your personal circumstances is the very reason why the tourists are bypassing Timaru. We all have personal health problems, Wynne, but that is no reason to stop contributing. How much effort would it take for you to buy a bottle of brasso and polish your plaque on the piazza so people could read it? Keep listening to my videos and click on the link below. Ronnie Bishop, NZ Promoter and Motivator of Timaru Tourist Promotions Limited. Well, that got him wound up, and he rang me up. He said, I'm very offended at what you said in your last email to me. And he said, I don't want anything more to do with you. I didn't say anything, I just was silent on the phone. I couldn't believe it. But then I could believe it because I've upset him in the past and he's upset me in the past. So what I did is I thought about it and I went back and I thought I'll write him another email. I'll send him an email, and this is what I wrote. Just a minute. I called it apology, and this is what I said. Good morning, Wynne. It looks like I succeeded in my effort to motivate you and the people who mingle in your circle of friends. If my words offended you and your friends, then I'm sorry, but I stand what I said in that email. To understand why I wrote those words, you have to take time out and reflect on the way that you and the hierarchy of Timaru have treated me over the years. I'm telling my life story every day on video, and up until now I have not mentioned about how I was conned into photographing the 10 Sealy Street garden before it was sold to a supermarket. Yes, I could tell lots of negative stories about negative attitudes of Timaru people, but if I did that I could end up in jail. Don't ring me up again, Wynne. Find the courage to call on my home in Glenelg Road and look me in the eye so we can get these things off our chest and move forward. I am very busy at the moment getting your lovely wife Nan's birthday present ready for her birthday on the 20th of this month. Margaret goes into hospital for an operation next week. Would you mind praying for her while I pray for Nan? Have you still got that wooden sign in your office which says Grumpy's Shed? Signed, Ron Bishop. There you are, Wynne. Tell the world, don't upset me, mate. You know what happens when people upset me? I lash back. Oh yeah. No bugger gets away with upsetting me. Now, for those of you listening in for the first time, let me tell you the story. Some years ago, Wynne Raymond was the mayor of Timaru. And he's got a wife called Nan, and she was the chairperson of the Beautifying Society. And they decided to build a garden in Timaru, a rose garden. So they got a rose grower, Trevor Griffiths, and they planted this rose garden on Caroline Bay. And Wynne Raymond decided that it'd be a good idea to build a piazza, you see, to go from the top of the Bay Hill down to the garden. And the ratepayers paid millions of dollars for it, you see. And I went, when I just, and this garden, this Trevor Griffith's garden has just become well known, you see. It's because it's been recognised by the Roses Society internationally, you see. So I rang Wynne and said, would you come down and do the commentary about roses and how it was built and all that, and he did that, you see. He went around there, and the first thing I said to him when I got there, I said, we're standing on the piazza, how did this get here, Wynne? He said, come here and I'll show you. So he took me over to the fountain, and in front of the fountain there's a bronze plaque, and it says that's had his name on it, you see, opened by the mayor of Timaru, Wynne Raymond, and he pointing out his name, but you could hardly see his name because no one had polished the brass thing, you see. No one had polished the brass. And then we went down to the gardens, and people had donated money for this garden plot, you see. And the same thing happened there. They had all these plaques, these little plaques with people's names on it, but no one had polished them. They hadn't been polished since they were put there, and you can't read them. And when we finished videoing the garden, I said to Wynne, why don't you give me a hand? I'm trying to promote Timaru. You've got this old Hydro Grand Hotel here. It's falling down. No one's painting it. And I said, well, why don't you give me a hand? He said, I can't give you a hand. I got a wife in hospital. She's got dementia, and she's in a home, and my health's not good, and all these excuses that he couldn't give me a hand, you see. And I thought, by Jesus, this is why Timaru's not growing. It's why. Because people, they all want someone else to do it. Wynne said, there's no 35-year-olds that are interested in promoting Timaru. The only people that are interested in promoting Timaru are the elderly people, and like him, and he can't do it because he's too old now. He's only bloody 77, God for God's sake. He's got another 30-odd years of life yet, if he changed his attitude. But anyway, that's him. That's Wynne Raymond. Good bloke. But he needed a tune-up, and I gave him a tune-up. I gave him the bait. He bit the bait, and now it's up to him to come back to me. I'm not going to run after the bugger. Bugger him. Yeah, we'll do it. I'm going to promote Timaru. That's my goal. To promote Timaru. To get some people into the place. There's no use having these fancy gardens and piazzas and bloody God knows what. You got buildings falling down, not being painted. And people are getting away with it. Okay? And it's got to stop. And we can promote Timaru. And I'm going to do it. Bugger Wynne Raymond. I don't need him. I don't need his friends. I don't need anybody. I'll do it on my own. I sent an email to the Keep New Zealand Beautiful Society. I googled Keep New Zealand Beautiful, and there's an actual society, and a lady emailed me straight back, and she said, oh, what a wonderful gesture, because I emailed her and said I was trying to promote Timaru, and I wanted to know if they could give me a hand. Wonderful gesture. She said, give us your phone number and I'll ring you up and talk about it. Well, she hasn't rung up, you see. Probably because the hierarchy's got in touch with her and said, don't have anything to do with Ron Bishop. Because they're flat out in Timaru trying to stop people giving me money. They don't want me to promote the place. But they won't beat me. I won't quit. Okay? Going to keep going. So I'll see you later. I got work to do. I got bloody videos to do. Oh, by the way, buy this video, will you? Will you send me $30 for this video? Travelling through a forest in a logging truck. It's a bloody beauty. I've got another one coming up too, but I'll tell you about it in another video. Okay? See you later. Over 700 videos online now. Wherever you go on the computer, you'll find Ronnie Bishop, Timaru NZ. See you later. Bye-bye.